Okay, so we help founders write a dynamic sales letter and close five-figure deals with that sales letter. This can work for anyone who's in a high-ticket business, or if you're even in direct-to-consumer, it's helpful to write a sales letter so that you can turn it into a VSL or a marketing video later on. But I just wanted to hop on and talk about the importance of tweaking the sales letter until it works. Okay, so how do you know if it's getting resonance, right? So if you write a dynamic sales letter, this is just a sales letter in Google document, in a Google Doc. So very simple, nothing really complicated, right? As far as the format, we're not using complex funnels, we're not using highly designed websites yet. We're just using a white paper, right? It's a white paper in a Google document, and you're shipping this out using outbound prospecting or even on ads, and then you're getting traffic to it. Okay, so we're testing this right now, and here's how you can tell if it's working. Okay, number one, it should book calls for you right away, or it should make sales for you right away. Okay, so we've discovered that it does, right? It's working, but it's not quite cranked up to the notch that it could be, right? Sales aren't pouring in. So that's indicating to me that this claim, although it's great, right? It's working, it's just not crushing it, right? It's not that final claim that we need to tweak to get actual great results. Now, another thing that you should keep in mind is when you're shipping this out, you'll be able to see who's hanging out in here, right? So there's one person reading this right now. I just woke up and we've been sending out campaigns all weekend. It's Monday morning, and this is basically, there's people hanging out in here. There's people reading it. They're interested in what this is saying. Okay. So for that reason, the two indications of is the sales letter working is number one, are people hanging out in there? Because you can see in Google Docs, right? So if people are hanging out, it's probably a good sign. It means that it's relevant to the customer that you're sending it out to. And then number two, is it booking calls? I feel like the problem with complicated funnels and websites sometimes, especially in high ticket, is that we focus on all these little metrics, like what is the conversion rate of the clicks? How many people are clicking onto the page? How much traffic is going there, et cetera, et cetera. But the problem with that is that you're not focusing on what actually matters, which is the claim. This claim and then the proof and the case studies that I'm dropping are pretty much the only two things that actually matter when it comes to, is a sales letter or a funnel or a marketing video or an ad working, right? This is just a big ad or a big white paper. And if it's not booking calls immediately for me, which it has been over the past 3 weeks, it's not working, right? So you need to book the calls. I'm not saying that overnight it's going to blow up and it's going to work immediately. It's just that it should book calls right away. And if it's not, you don't have to do anything other than just change the claim, change the headline. Nobody cares about your headline if they're not booking calls. But if they are booking calls, it's working, or it's on the brink of working. And then another indicator is just if people are taking the time and they're hanging out in here and reading it, it probably means that it's a useful document. Okay. So that's pretty much it for today. If you write one of these and you want to spin this up, you can book a call with me below and we'll talk and help you spin this up within 90 days and get it booking calls for your high ticket business. But at the very least, if you have a funnel or if you have a website and you have a claim on there and it's just not booking calls for you consistently, don't worry about creating a fancy new marketing video or a fancy new design. It's probably just your claim. Your claim doesn't work. So fix your claim and then fix the case studies and the proof that back up the claim. And you should be able to at least book calls. You might not be closing customers perfectly and the sales might not be flowing in, but at least you're booking calls and at least you're making progress towards that. So hope that helps for today. And that's pretty much it. Spin up a dynamic sales letter. If you need help with it, go book a call with us.